Hey guys, it's Mickey, the Undrunk Christian. I did that on purpose because I got a new hat, or kind of made a new hat, and It's been a few days or a week or so since I made a video. I've been busy, which is a good thing. That means there's a lot going on, and there's no idle time to sit around and do ugly stuff. Anyway, I was wanting to make a video needing to, and also so I made this hat in my spare time, and I was really wanting to show it off. I hope you guys like it. Uh, it's got some stuff on there about the roll tide, but I might have lost a viewer or two of the few that I have. But anyway, I was pretty proud of it. And here's the back. And I wish everybody in America had one of these. But anyhow, and on with the other, though. I'm going to try to put these online. Somebody wants one. I could make you one probably if you'd like one. Anyway, second thing, too, is I was talking about my eyesight. My eyesight's been bothering me a lot. And, it's funny, when I was younger, I may have said this, when I was younger, I had 20/10 vision when I was younger. Then it just kind of like I woke up one day and I can't see anymore. And it's really bothering me. I don't think it's getting worse. It's just not getting any better. I can't see up close. I can't see far away. I can't see midway. And when I say see, I mean blurry wise. But I'm praying, and my eyes hurt a lot of time. I have to open them like that because they like burn or something. I'm not sure what's going on with me, and I haven't been to a physician to find out. But anyway, I do know the great physician, and he's the one I'm going to ask to heal my eyes up. And I saw a little study the other day about cacao, I think, that's in chocolate. And they're finding out that people believe that eating about a tablespoon a day of it in your coffee or food or anything, which is cocoa powder, chocolate, can stimulate stem cell growth from your bone marrow up, and just about anything wrong with you could be repaired. So I'm going to believe and trust, and I'm starting on that on June 21st, 2025. I started just today with my 1 tablespoon. And I honestly kind of felt like my eyes were getting a little bit better already. And I really mean that, too. And another thing, too, is having some issues with my gums receding or something. And I'm telling you guys this for a reason. But I'm getting to where I'm getting stains and stuff above my teeth, and it's not cavities, because I try to take pretty good care of my teeth. I didn't used to when I drank, but it's just getting, I hate showing it, but I just want to show it for prayers purposes, because they're not cavities and all the way through. It's just getting to where there's weak spots up there, and they're catching stains really badly. It's just horrible looking. But anyway, point being, I'm beginning to pray for these two things today, June 21st, 2025, and I'm going to show progress over it because I've seen the Lord heal and do so many things. I just want to see it happen. And let's see, I already bragged on the hat, right? And it's okay. And so today's feel-good words is going to be something wise about business and friendship. And one is, here's a great idea for a wise man. Okay, there's a wise man. We'll call him Joe. And there's a man over here, and it don't matter if he's wise or not, but his name's John. We'll say John. Joe and John. So somehow or another, John owes Joe money. And so John gets to where he comes around less frequently and a little bit more, and he's getting kind of where he's getting distant. It's not even calling or coming around anymore. And so Joe asks around a little bit about John. And people say, no, he's all right guy. If he's got money in his pocket, he'll halfway pay his bills, And so the wise businessman there, I'm sitting outside, guys, and there's skeeters and it's humid, but I just love being outside. The wise man says, here's what I'll do. I'll put in a good word for the man. I'll see if I can find him a little something to do. Maybe I can help him out and give him some confidence, boost his confidence, And so he does so, and John finds a couple things to do. And so Joe keeps up with him a little better now, and he shows up on Friday when the man gets his pay, and he begins to get some of his pay back, and eventually the debt is taken care of. And what he did do is, whether or not he gained a friend or not, he definitely gained an acquaintance, and he's got a good business rapport, I guess you'd call, with this man. Now, the unwise and evil guy, we'll call him Dum-Dum. No, we'll just call him James, and we'll call this guy over here, I don't know, just a name. Who cares? How about Matt? Okay, we got James over here and Matt. Well, Matt owes James some money, and but James doesn't take the approach that the wise man did, because James is an unwise person. So what he does, he decides something. He has his shop and stuff outside his house, and James has been. Matt's been keeping his tools at James and doing work on them and things like that, and they've been working out some things. So what James decides to do, he says, you know what, Matt owes me this money over here, and I can't seem to get it out of him, so I tell you what I'll do. He's a carpenter and he's got some pretty decent tools. I'll just take his tools. I'll just lock his tools up and keep his tools. Yeah, then he'll have to pay me. Because, he can't work without his tools. Yeah, so he'll have to pay me. What? Okay, what the man just did was shot himself in the foot, okay, and killed himself. And I know people like this, and people actually do things like this. So what the man did was took the man's way to make money, but then gets even angry at him because he won't pay him, And I just think that's silly. It's just silly. And so what I'd like to do is say, if you're doing something like that to someone, that's a very evil thing to do, and it's mean and it's ugly. And I would just wish that if you are doing that, that you wouldn't. And if you are the wise man, I praise you for doing that. Because what the wise man did in the first story, he might not have gained a friend, but he's got an acquaintance that's good. And the evil man down here, the ugly guy, he might not have never made a friend with a guy, and he didn't gain an acquaintance. But one thing he did gain, he might have gained an enemy. If your practice is to go around making enemies, you're a very ignorant person. And the reason I know that is because I used to be like that, man. I used to be that way in my heart. I can't say that particular instance or something, but I would think that revenge, or preemptive attacks were the best way to go. I don't know how to necessarily word that, but anyway, the point of that story is don't. Here's another little something like it. The man that owes you money, he rides up to your house on his horse, and he's came a long way. He don't have your money. Well, he was brave enough to show up, So the wise man, what he does, even though the man owes him money, he still came to see him, right? He wasn't afraid to come and see the man, tells him that I don't got your money. And so what the wise guy does is he tells his servants, hey, get his horse, bring his horse over here. And he takes the man's horse, right? Well, let's go to the evil servant and see what happens. I'm sorry, not the evil servant, but the evil guy. Okay, so the guy that owes the evil man, and now he rides up on his horse. He came a long way to see this guy, even though to come and tell him, I ain't got your money. And so in the same situation, the evil guy, he tells his servants, he says, get the man's horse. He takes the man's horse. Okay, the evil guy yells at the other guy, and he goes, you get out of here. And you go do it any way you can, but you go get my money. And he leaves the man just burdened and just extremely discouraged, and just puts him out there like that. Anyway, out of respect, the man leaves. Maybe a few choice words, but he leaves. Okay, and he goes to see how he can do it a different way so he can get his horse back. And let's flash back just a moment and go, the wise man did the same thing. The wise man, he took the guy's horse also. So what's the difference in the evil man that took the horse from the guy and the difference in the wise man that took the horse from the guy? You might be saying, Mick, what's the difference in the story? Well, here's the rest of the story. The wise man, the first guy that took the horse, you know what he told his servants? He said, you take that horse, you go over and put him in my finest stall. He said, you feed him, you brush him, check him, see if he needs any medication. You feed him, water him, do everything you can. If there's a better saddle than he's got, put it on him. He does these things and he brings it back to the guy that owes him the money. The man that owes him the money don't know what to think. That's the man I want to be. So now the guy that owes the money, he has the ability to go now and go to work. And he'll be forever grateful to the man, and he'll go and make the money, and he'll come back and pay him. I want to be that guy. I hope you all do too. I'm sorry to tear up. I just think that's a pretty good story. Anyway, that'll be our Undrunk Christian story for the day. I didn't necessarily get that from anywhere. It's just sometimes I hang out with God and He tells me things. I think that was pretty neat. Hope that can be a blessing to someone. I'm still hanging in there. I ain't going to keep dates and times because there's no telling when over the months or years these videos might be in and outed. So I'm just going to say I'll be coming up on, well, I'm not even going to say that exact time neither because I can't quite remember, but I think I'm pushing, by the time this video was made, I think I'll be coming up on about 7 months of sobriety. And that's in a one straight shot. If I could count it all in, it's been a few years, but I had a couple of those little weekend things, and I had to feel like, for honesty's sake, it doesn't bother me so bad saying, well, I remember back a year or two ago, I drank those for a couple of days because I used to could say a year or two ago, I drank all those days. I think a person that's went a year and they mess up, okay, they drink some. I really don't think that a person should start over, but there are people that do think you should start over. I kind of think that maybe give yourself some slack. But so for honesty's sake, and for people in the NA and the AA and the Celebrate Recoveries and in the well, I'm trying to think of the Alcoholics Anonymous, Al-Anon groups. To be honest with it, though, I like to just keep up with straight days for them. But for myself, it all started. Let's see, 2 years in January, February, March, April, May, June. 2 years and 6 months ago. So anyway, I've got two different timelines there. But anyhow, I'm just sitting here running my head and check my hat out again. I hope if everybody likes it, make you one. Maybe you will like it. And if you need me to, I'll make you one. If you'd like, just give me a shout down in the comments and I'll make you one if you'd like to. Just tell me how to get a hold of you or whatever. And it's going to be a good one for the evening. And love everybody. Thank everybody. Let me give a shout out to remember too. We're still, I don't just make videos to try to get this to happen, but we're still trying to raise money. Our team or my team or however you want to say it is trying to raise money to publish the Undrunk Christian book series. 3 books. Number 1, I figured out why. Number 2, what if I fall? And the third book and final in the series will be does God still love me? And if you will, guys, jump over to GoFundMe. And if nothing, I'm not asking you for money. I'm asking you to read the testimony that I wrote and the testimony that my people signed that agreed to. There's a team of people. There's some people behind me over here doing that. So anyway, if you will, look at that. And I'm about to let this go. I guess this is, like I said, June 21st, 2025. From the Undrunk Christian. Give me comments. If there's anything I can do to help you, I'll be more than willing. If you're hurting, just give me a shout. Give somebody a shout. Cry out. Cry out to Jesus. Because he shows up. And he shows out. And anyway, if you're not, if you're unsure about something, if you lost a lot, get help now. Now. Get help now. There ain't no tomorrow. Anyway, I love everybody. I think I've said goodnight 3 times, but I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next go round.